this is Suzanne for Rainbow Loom. Today I'll be showing you how to make Finn's Fantastic Bracelet. This is an advanced level design. To make this bracelet you will need 28 A colored bands, 29 B colored bands, 29 C colored bands, and a C-clip. I'll be using green, yellow, and blue to make this bracelet. It's a good idea to have your supplies ready before you begin, so pause the video here until you're ready to follow along. Now, let's get started. Place your loom so that the red arrow is pointing away from you. Start by placing 13 A colored bands along the left side of the loom. We'll start from the center pin. Place an A colored band from the center out to the left. Then just above where that ended, you'll place another band. And you'll continue placing bands in a single chain along the left side of the loom. We'll fast forward from here until we reach the end of the loom. We stop at the second pin from the end and place the last band into the center. Then we return to the beginning of the loom. We start from the center pin and place the A colored band out to the right. Again, we'll place one band over the other in a single chain along the right side of the loom. We'll fast forward from here. We stop at the second pin from the end and place the last band into the center. Now start placing the bands up the center of the loom. We'll start from this left pin and place band 1B into the center pin. Next we'll place 2C and 3C. Refer to the diagram on your screen as we place the next pattern of 10 bands. We'll start from this pin and place 1C out to the left. 2B. Push these down. Place 2B going forward. And then 3B out to the right. 4C will be from the left to the center, and then 5B goes from the right to the center pin. 6B, 7C, 8C, and then we finish with 9B and 10C. I'll place this pattern of bands one more time and then fast forward to the end of the loom. We'll start from this pin and place band 1C. 2B, 3B, move those down, 4C, 5B, 6B, 7C, 8C, 9B, oops, one band at a time, 9B, and 10C. I'll fast forward from here. Pause the video and refer to the diagram on your screen until you reach the end of the loom. At the last part of this loom, we'll just place bands 1, 2, and 3 of the pattern. We'll place band 1C out to the left, a B band forward, and then a B band out to the right. This last pin, we'll need to place a cap band. We'll use an A colored band, twist it into a figure 8, turn it back upon itself, and place it on that last pin. Now we're ready to start looping the bands. Turn your loom so that the red arrow is pointing toward you. We'll start by looping the first 3 bands on the loom. 1B will be looped forward. Pull the cap band back with your hook. Grab the first band in there, that's your B band. Hold your cap band down with your thumb and pull that band forward. 2A will be looped out to the left. Again, pull your cap band back, grab the next band on the top, hold your cap band down, and loop that band out to the left. Notice how each of these bands form a teardrop after you've looped them. 3A will be pulled out to the right. Pull your cap band back, grab that band, and loop it out to the right. Now refer to the diagram on your screen as you loop the next 14 bands. We'll start from this pin and loop band 1B into the center. Band 2C will be looped to the center as well. Three C will be looped from the center out to the left. Pull all of the bands back above that band till you get it in your hook, and then you pull it out to the left. And 4B will be pulled out to the right. Again, notice how each of these bands forms that teardrop shape after you've looped them. That shows you that you did loop these bands correctly. 5C will be looped forward. 6A, you can pull from the side and then loop that band forward. 7A, just loop forward as well. The next band will be 8C, looped into the center, pull all the bands above that band back, and then loop it forward. And 9B. 10B, 11C, and 12B. A, and 14A. Follow this pattern 4 more times. You'll stop at the second to last row of pins. Pause the video here and refer to the diagram until you reach the end of the loom. Now we're at the second to last row of pins. There's a slightly different looping pattern for these bands. I'll show you this. You'll loop 1B into the center, 2C, three, 3C. Now this is different. We'll loop 4C forward. That's the next band down in there. And 5B out to the right. 6A will be looped forward on the left side. 7A will be looped forward on the right side. 8A will be looped into the center pin. And 9A will be looped into the center pin. And there we've finished looping all of our bands. Now that we've finished looping the bands, we're ready to finish the bracelet. On the last pin, pull all of the bands up to the top of that pin. Place your hook down through the channel. Tilt it out to the side and place an A colored band on the end of your hook. Pull back, slide your hook back as you pull it up through the channel. Both ends of the bands are up on your hook and you move it to the thickest part. Now with your fingers, you start pulling the bands off your loom and continue to pull the bands until you removed your bracelet from the loom. If made on one loom, this bracelet will need to be extended to fit a wrist comfortably. Place your loom with the red arrow pointing away from you. To extend the bracelet, you must first decide how many bands you'll need for your extension. For smaller wrists, you may need only 3 or 4 bands. For larger wrists, you may need 6 or more. So you place that number of bands in a single chain up one side of your loom. And once you've completed placing those bands, you'll place the cap band from the bracelet on this last pin. You'll locate the cap band on your bracelet, and you'll stretch that from the last pin to the one directly behind it. And then you'll loop these bands in a single chain. Once you loop this last band, pull it into the center, and this creates an area where you can attach your C-clip. Grab your C-clip with the open side facing forward and snap it on the bands. And once that's on there securely, you can pull your extension from the loom. On the other side of your bracelet, you pull the hook away, slide your fingers into those bands, and that's the area where you can attach the other side of your C-clip. Secure your bands to one side of the C-clip and snap it over the other. And there we have Fenn's Fantastic Bracelet.